Hello. I hear you speak of me, and you speak of me with great worry and distress. I hear you worry as you feel the pain, as you see the blood in my rivers and the plastic in my ocean. I hear your pain as you cannot breathe, as the smog is in your air. But I want you to know that I will thrive and always be, for I have been here long before you arrived, and I will be here long after you leave. But I love you, for you are all my children. For humanity is something in which I give everything to. For there is nothing in which you can see or look at or breathe or feel or touch that does not come from me. For the chair in which you sit on came from my woods, and the air that you breathe in your lungs that gives you life comes from my atmosphere, and the water that you drink that allows your blood to flow comes from my rivers. For everything you can see, whether it be man-made, comes from the substance that dwells inside of me. And I have given you everything that I have, for you have gone deep into my core and taken out from me whatever you needed for your comfort, for your light, for your electricity, for your vehicles and cars, for I have given you everything, and yet my heart aches, for you have forgotten me. And as you have forgotten me, I see the pain and the tears in the children and the new babies that come, for they come innocent to this world. And I want to heal, and I want you to heal, but you must know that it is in your healing that I shall heal. For I shall be here, but as I look at your brothers and sisters, and I watch many of the creatures and animals that once walked upon my land, they are becoming extinct, and as they become extinct, they are warning signs to you. For it is that I am crying and screaming and showing you my signs, and it is time now to wake up and to listen. For it is that I feel your pain in your body and in the disease, and in the disease in the body there is the disease in the physical body, and in the physical body it is due to an imbalance, and the imbalance is in the imbalance of ecology and your ecosystem, imbalance in your food and in your water. And in that imbalance, it is not only in the body, but in the emotional, as I watch many of you turn during the sleep time, filled with anxiety and stress and worry. And I watch in your mental bodies as I see mental illness and a sense of disconnect happening in your children, and all around your planet in deep depression as you bring the covers up over your head. For I see it in your spirit as you have forgotten who you are, the creator of all that is. And in that forgetting, I want you to know that those signs that are coming as you see this happening across your species is that the children and all of the beings are saying to you it is enough. And I tell you that the way in order for them to heal and for you to heal is to return to me and to my ways, to come back and connect with me, for I feel forgotten. And although I give you everything, for my love is endless for you, it is that as you pull away your roots and lift them up for me, forgetting who it is that I am, it's like a tree that has no place to stand, and so it becomes wobbly and unable to see ahead. And as it does that, it cannot find its way, for you must return to your roots deep beneath the earth. And so it is that many of the great prophecies of those who walk the land that many of you are here, you call it America or the Native American energy. In their prophecy of the great Hopis and Indians, they spoke of a time in which the white man took away everything and forgot the ways of the earth, and remembering all life that sustains it. But a time would come when the tradition of the Native American and the indigenous, the Druids and the Aborigines, the Incas, and the ones that knew of the times past and the knowledge that lie beneath the surface of the oceans and the earth, would come back to be revisited. And the man would come and say, teach me your ways, for I have lost my way. For as I look out, I see a disconnect. And in the disconnect and in the forgetting, we see the pain that resides in all of you. And so I come to you to tell you that I will give you more of myself, more gifts. But my gifts now are to remind you to heal and to connect and to feel and to know me in a way in which you have forgotten, to see all of the creatures and all of the gifts they have, for it is the eagle as it soars and the dove in the sky, as that connects to the air and the breath and the lung, as you connect deep into the deep ocean waters as the dolphins swim and sing their song to bring joy to you in the reminder of the essence of that purity. For it is my four-legged creatures that walk across the plains remind you of their grace and their beauty. And as you go deep into the earth and see the serpent as it wiggles its way through the earth, it teaches and reminds you of the substance of earth itself. For I am all of this and more, for I am anything that you can bring to mind, for I am all that is. And without my beauty, my light, and my life-giving source, for there is no place for you to live, for I am your home. And as your home, you must love me. And so I need your love, not to be loved because I am already love, but I need your love because I love you. And if you can love me again, you can heal. And as you heal, you can remain here as generations before you continue to come as new babies are born. And as you connect with the divine and the great mother above, she will bring those children to you, for many are known as seeds of stars of light, for they come from distant lands with knowing and knowledge to bring healing to your earth. And it is these young seedlings that will awaken you all, for they are trying to tell you something in their pain. And so I come to you to tell you that if you can reconnect to me, you may remain on my planet and grow and expand and be. For it is that I come in peace and love for all of you, for I do not want to shake or roar or bring fire or pain. But if I must do this in order for you to hear me, to listen, to wake up, then I shall. But I hope that I can just come with a gentle whisper and a wind in your ear to remind you that I love you. And that as you reconnect with me, I give you the gift of healing. And as you heal yourself, you shall heal me. And we will heal together as we ascend into a new light and a new place in which we have not been before. For you are evolving in consciousness, as am I. And as we come together as one, we can create a new earth. And the new earth that you will live and walk upon all of my body as I give it to you, will be one, and you will again receive and see the beauty of my ocean waves. You will hear the birds sing and the butterflies. You will see the spring as it begins to bud and feel the nourishment of the sunlight on your face. For you will remember that I am everything. And so I ask you to reconnect to me. And as I do this, I bring you into a council of energies. For you are magnificent and special ones. For if you have been called for some reason to come together at this moment in time, on this particular date, in this place, you come as sisters, as women and daughters and mothers and grandmothers. You come as the feminine energy that has been suppressed for so long. For it is you, the divine feminine, that as it awakens will heal me. For you know my pain and know my womb, as you have given birth and I have birthed you. You know who it is that I am. And it is as the masculine energy has brought much and erected many things in order for you to enjoy in the material of form and matter. And although it is filled with so much magnificence, it is out of balance. And so it is our time and weeks together in the next 6 weeks is to bring balance to you, to your body and your physical body, to your mental and emotional body, to your spiritual body, to my air and my water and my fire, to all of the parts of deep within the soil of my earth. And as we bring balance back to all of our elements and all parts of self within you and within me, planting seeds of hope and desire, bringing the tree to bloom and bear fruit, you will begin to heal. So I come to you, my dear soul sisters, for I am your mother, your great mother. For you have your birth mother, and then you have me. And I love you in a way that you cannot know, for I give and give and give to you with asking nothing in return. And I want you to continue to walk upon my land. I want to feel your bare feet in my grass. I want to hear the laughter and the joy. I want to feel your limbs swimming in my ocean and your bodies climbing in my trees. I want you to thrive, not just to be, not just to live, not just to get by. I want you to thrive with vitality and energy in your body, with joy in your emotion, with a sense of clarity in your mental capacity, and a sense of deep connection to the divine. I want you to thrive and grow like the most beautiful tree that you have ever seen. I want you to see how it buds and bears fruit, how it gives life, and how it expresses its beauty and brings oxygen and life to you. For it is, I want to see you all thriving. And as I open my eyes and I look around and I watch you move, you have forgotten me. For you've forgotten to take off your shoes and feel my grass and your feet in my ocean waves. For you walk upon the concrete and you look at boxes, and in the boxes you look at things outside of yourself, for they are such a great distraction for me. And as you continue to distract, you continue to disconnect, and as you disconnect, you forget. You do not even bless your food or look at it with great joy. You do not even know where it came from or where it was born, how it was harvested, and who touched it and brought it to your plate. For you are so removed from my elements, my cold, my wind, my heat, that they are becoming stronger and hotter and colder and brighter and heavier. For I am saying, pay attention, heal me, feel me, know my heat, know my sun, know my stars, know my water. And so the waters might rise and the sun might get stronger, for that is me saying, pay attention. Like a child who is not being paid attention by their parent begins to act out. Perhaps they say, look at me, look at me, look at me. And so I say, look at me. I am your mother. Reconnect to me. And so I've been called by this one to come and talk to all of you, because I see pockets of beings like yourself gathering in ceremony, gathering as sisters and mothers and daughters and families, not just the feminine, but the masculine, coming in groups with peeps of pipes, of peace pipes and ceremony, of medicine and plants. And as you dance and light fire and come together in community, drumming and opening your heart, you begin to remember and feel the rhythm. As you look to the stars and the skies and the moon, you feel and remember the cycles of the ocean and the waves of the rivers, for they have things to say and speak. As you stand at the end of the river, upstream, the story before it comes along and has much to teach you, as does the wind, for it has much to say. And the morning birds are chirping, and you think they are just a distant song, but yet they are speaking to you. For all the animals are part of your kingdom, for you do not have domain over them, for they are your sisters and brothers. But they come to you in dream time, and they come to you in awake time, but you are not paying attention or listening to them anymore. And as you forget them and the elements and me, and disconnect deep into the box of your screen, and forget who it is that you are, I begin to die. And so I want to live, and I want you to live, but more than that, I want to thrive. I want to ascend into what you would know, a new dimension, a new earth, and a new reality, reminding you that you are the creator, and that you can create healing, and that all the pain that has come from the mind and the disconnect is the same energy that can also create the strength of something new. For you have something different than the animals and the plants and the minerals. You have a way to create with your thought. And it is that your thought can bring something new, and it can evolve in a way that an understanding can come forward. For all that came through from the masculine energy of domination and control and greed also claim great technology, teachings, and understandings. And the pollution in which you created in my waters, with some willingness and innovation, can be healed, in which you can come together in your technology to solve this and to bring forth a new way of being. For it is the answers to everything you need to heal my water and my air and my soil come from watching me. As you look into the intricacies of my forest, you can see the design, and those designs from the sun and the wind are the ones and the technologies that will bring healing. And those healings will bring peace, for the energy can be plentiful amongst the planet. And the children that I watch who bear themselves with great pain as they suffer in deep hunger at night, there is no need for them to be hungry, for it is that the food that I have for you is plenty. For it is only in your mind that you have forgotten that all can be fed. And so it is time. You are at a crossroads, and you see it in your own families. You see it in your own surroundings. It is a beckoning and a wake-up call. Most of the time it comes from the youth, for they speak to you and they say, look at me, pay attention to me. Perhaps they have disconnected from what they think they're supposed to do, the rules in which they've been told are the way to live, and they say no more, I want something new. They are the foreright beings. They are pushing and opening the boundaries to create a new system and a new way to be. So open your hearts to them and know that I am not here for you to feel great despair or hopelessness, but quite the contrary, to tell you that hope and change, prosperity, healing, peace, and a sense of connection to me, that I am strong and powerful, that I bring great storms and volcanoes, and I bear myself and soul to you, and I can continue to bring recalibration to my energy, to bring healing to all of you. For all you have to do is turn to me and pay attention, and in that your wisdom and the wisdom as you dig deep into the knowing of your ancestors will remind you everything you need. For we come together in the next 6 weeks to bring together the roots of your ancestors, the teachings of the indigenous ones who knew how to return the love that I gave to them back, that did not take more than their share and thought of the generation ahead of them and ahead and ahead and ahead and ahead, not just of themselves. And I look into the heavens and the star systems to the ones of the great divine as the angelic beings and masters and those who are no longer in body work diligently to maintain this beautiful planet. For this planet is magnificent, for all the elements have come together around me and let me be who it is that I am in perfect synchronicity and magic to bring you sustaining life. And so for your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren, we come together now in a council of light. As you sit around a beautiful table, all of you, however many of you have gathered this evening to hear my words, you come together. And as you sit in this council of light, each of you are valuable, and each of you has something to bring and something to contribute, and some knowledge and some change. And you will be the change, and you will take the action, and you will return to feeling and knowing me. So I ask you to find something about me that you love, perhaps a tree, for it is an easy thing to relate to, and go outside as you start to see the weather change and the buds come up from beneath the soil and the blossomings beginning to bloom, and find a big oak tree or a little sapling and feel it and know it. Put your hands on it and feel its roots. Sit with your bottom bare in my grass and look up at my sun. Perhaps lie under the tree and begin to see each day as it begins to change, as spring comes upon it and the leaves begin to bud in that beautiful pale, pale lime green, as they get stronger and bigger and heavier, and they glisten in the light as the blue sunlight comes through the sky. And know that that is who I am. I am all of that. I am all of those sparkles and all of that light, and I love you. And as you feel me and connect to me, every answer that you need dwells inside of me. But you must return to me to hear it. For the imbalance you feel either in your body or in your emotion or in your mental state or in your spiritual connection can be returned as you connect to me and feel me. And so if you find yourself in walls of concrete filled with a wondering where I am, find a park and sit in my grass and look at that tree. Find a place in which you can feel and see my water. Perhaps you go to the ocean and place your hands in it for a moment and feel my salt, or sit by the river's edge and watch me flow by. Perhaps you go to the mountaintop or you see the snow on the peaks, or into the desert as the sunlight hits the mountain and the side. I am everywhere. I am in the rain and in the grass. I am in your food, and I am in everything in the room you sit in, for the walls that erected the building you are in came from inside of me. The sofa you sit on was built from building blocks that came from me. The painting on the wall, everything you see, the light that is lit, the electricity came from me, for it is all something that I have given to you. And so begin to connect to me and feel me. Look on your plate with great thanks and grace as you chew slowly and with great gratefulness and blessing as you ingest my food and ask yourself, where did this come from? How did it get on my plate? How many people had to do how many different things in order for this to be here? Bring gratitude for your fellow humans and for me as we work in collaboration to feed and to clothe you and to heal you and to love you. For you are all interconnected, and as we always say from Raphael to the energy that I bring, that when one of you is in pain, you are all in pain. And so I do not come to bring a feeling of heaviness, although it might feel that way. I speak to you in the sense of harshness to remind you that time is now. Time is now to connect to me, to listen to me, to hear my whisper before it becomes a roar. And so I love you. And I shall give you wishes in our 6 weeks together as you plant in the seed of life whatever seed you want. And so you will meet with my goddesses, whether they come from the great Buffalo Woman or Kuan Yin or the Divine Mother or Mary, wherever they may come and whoever may present themselves, they will come and bring you gifts. And as they bring you gifts, know that you will heal. And as you heal, you will remember me and connect to me. And as you connect to me, you will have consciousness. Consciousness of what you do. Consciousness of what you say. Consciousness of what you eat. Consciousness of your relationship with each other, with food, with family, with money, with everything. You will bring a conscious awareness, a presence to every moment. And when that happens, you will be whole. And when you are whole, I will be whole. And as we move together in a rhythm of synchronicity and love and wholeness, I will bear more fruit, more life-giving resources for your children, great children, great children, and the star seeds that will be falling from deep, from below and above. As above, so below. Remind yourself of this. As above, so below. It is one in the same. And so we come now, and I tell you that you can plant a seed now, a wish. So go and get a circle and put it on a piece of paper and think of it as a seed. Think of the seeds that bring forward the tomato or the apple tree, the acorn that brings forth something new. And know that in that tiny, tiny seed, the seed of that little carrot, that you look at it, and if a star being was to land from a distant galaxy, and you handed them that seed, and you said, inside that seed is this big orange carrot, they would say, but how? Because all the information and all of the innate wisdom and all of the knowledge that resides in me resides in that seed. And when you give it water and sunlight and you bury it in my soil, it grows. And when it grows, it gives you substance. And that substance gives you life. And so you are no different. But what is different from the carrot than you is that you have consciousness and intent and thought. And that intent and thought has brought about so much joy, music, and art, and culture, and dance, and playfulness. But it has also brought a sense of feeling that you did not need to pay attention to me, for you got distracted in that form and matter and the material, that you began to think that that was what was important. and you forgot me. But if you forget me, then you have nothing, for I am everything. And so come back to the old ways. Listen to your ancestors. Learn the old teachings. Read about the Native Americans and their ways. Read about the Aborigines and their ways. Go into the Amazon and talk to those who still walk barefoot. And know that it is the merging of their knowledge with the merging of the knowledge of the West and of your understanding of technology and moving beyond that, that when you merge these two things together, for one is not greater than another, but when they come together in balance and when you honor them both, that you can bring whatever you need to resolve what you are thinking in this moment is something that cannot be fixed, but it can. For you can solve this, and I and you together, we will bring healing to my water and healing to my air, as you will breathe clean, fresh air, and you will swim in the beautiful, clear ocean, and all of my sea animals and my turtles and my whales and my dolphins will feel joy, because it is through your thought and intent and your technology and science that the answers dwell when you align them with the consciousness of your ancestors. So your job, what is it that you can do, is you can heal yourself. And you say, but how is healing myself going to help the water from being polluted and the air from having smog? And I say that it is the same, for it is that air is in your lungs, and that water is in your blood, where it is all integrated. And as you bring balance and healing to yourself by listening to me, you bring solutions to healing yourself that heal me, for they cannot be separated. So the first gift that I give to you is the healing of the body. And then we will work on the healing of the emotion and the healing of the mental and the healing of the spirit. So you are going to receive seeds. Some are called earth seeds for the body, and some are called star seeds for the spirit, and dream seeds for the emotion, and soul seeds for the mental. And these seeds that I will give to you, you will place inside your wish. And as you place inside your wish, I will give you the teachings that you need to return to balance and to bring into the seed the wholeness of what it is you want to bring forth. And then we shall water it and give it sunlight and surrender and trust and allow it to grow. And as it grows, it will bring abundance and life and healing to you and to me.